Chevy Chase leads an American invasion, and the world may never be the same. National Lampoon's European Vacation, Thursday night at 7.
We will return to Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo in National Lampoon's European Vacation.
Watch out, Europe. Here come the Griswolds.
My family and I are looking for sex.
They're attempting the language, trying the customs,
Hey, Dad, look. Bedpan.
and driving the locals crazy.
They are going to hang somebody.
Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo lead an American invasion,
Oh my God!
and the world may never be the same.
Still on holiday, are you?
National Lampoon's European Vacation, Thursday night at 7 on Channel 9.
Or tonight.
How are we doing?
I'm good. So it's been a pretty international week for me. I've had a Dutchman, someone from Finland, and now an American.
And now you're digging down in the gutter and getting the American on your channel.
Well, this is, yes, very depressing.
Yeah, right. Just hitting rock bottom right at the peak time.
Well, although it is an American with a passport.
Yes. What is more
very
dangerous
rare.
than that, right? An American with a passport. Watch out.
So that must mean you are with the CIA.
I can
Oops,
neither
I've said too
confirm.
much.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. No, it's good. I am not.
No, okay. He said that. That's on record now.
Yeah, right.
But welcome, Corey.
Thank you.
Turns out it's now my favorite Corey.
I'm not your favorite, Corey?
You are now, yes.
Oh, I am now. Okay, thank you. I thought you said I'm not, and I'm like, wow, that's a way to kick off the.
Well, you were
stream.
second, and then but Corey Feldman's dropped because of his music career. But...
Wow. Okay. Wow. Because yeah, because that was one time you'd posted, your little video haul or the shots of the VHS tapes, and you were throwing out License to Drive and oh, now I'm blanking on the other one. It's the other with the two Corys.
Lost Boys.
Yes, it might have been one
Dream
of
a
those.
Little Dream. I can't remember now.
I think it was Dream a Little Dream actually. And I think you said like third favorite Corey, and I'm like, wow. Oh, it's okay. Okay, I can take third place next to those. But
Yes, I think one of them's still with us. But we've got Mike, the real fifth Beatle.
hey,
Welcome.
welcome.
This film was written by people who knew nothing about Europe. Yes,
That
would
is-
the Americans, then, wouldn't it?
Yep, that would be us. That would be us.
Although I am excited because they did film it in the European countries. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
didn't.
So is that something that just would frustrate you like crazy if they are like saying like, oh, we're in the countryside of England, and it's like, no, that's Vermont or whatever,
Yeah, it's like when they do the TV shows and they travel over to here. It's like stock footage, and then it's the Universal backlot has been
You're like,
decorated with a
no.
fish and chip shop.
If you're gonna like make some money off our country, shoot it here, right?
Well, I guess in the Batman and Indiana Jones were doing Liverpool and Edinburgh as American cities now, but old American cities.
Hmm.
So it's
Well,
been around.
Our old American cities are pretty new comparatively.
Well, exactly. Right, I'm gonna attempt to play this. If you're ready, I'll
I can
queue
get
up my
going.
DVD. There we go. Pause it on the passport.
Oh, I'll get to that point. I'm not there yet.
Okay, now we'll chat about adventures. Right. So
I'm
say
trying
when
to
I'll-
get to the. Okay, you're at the passports now, and you're going.
Yeah, pausing the passport. There we go.
All right.
Doesn't really matter. We're not going to pay much attention to the film. So yes,
All right.
it was Chevy
I'm
Chase's
pretty
idea
close.
to have the passports at the beginning, so you could see his face straight away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got to see that. And does he just epitomize the American ignorant tourist in this movie for you?
Oh yes, this is day in day out for us in the UK.
You're just like, yeah.
Because when did you first see this?
Oh gosh, I couldn't even tell you the first time I saw it. I mean, it was not in the theater, but it was been a VHS rental, and then I've seen it quite a few times since then. But it'd been a long time. So when you offered up for me to come on and watch this, I was excited because I was like, yeah, this is one that I have not seen in a long time, but I remember enjoying.
Yeah.
And wanted to give it another watch.
So there's July 26th, 1985 in America. And the United Kingdom got it January 3rd, 1986. So a bit of a delay there.
Oh, yeah. It's always interesting how that occurs.
Because people have said we didn't get it in the UK, but I'm sure we did because the first one was successful. But the Christmas Vacation, we didn't officially get as Christmas Vacation. We got it as Happy Holidays or something. Came out in April of 90 instead of. And then it came out on VHS as Christmas Vacation in November. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yes, it's written a screenplay by John Hughes, even though he had nothing to do with it. Didn't even know it was happening until he saw a trailer.
He's like, "Oh, I'm involved."
They wanted Harold Ramis to return as he wrote and directed the first one, but he was busy doing some minor film called Ghostbusters at the time.
Oh yeah, that little project, that indie project.
But I am watching the DVD from my Chevy Chase Vacation collection.
I like that. I'll admit I do not own this physically at this point, but I have a digital copy of it that I had purchased quite a while ago. So so I am watching off of that right now.
So where is this rank in the 4? Have you seen Vegas Vacation at all?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I like it more in Vegas, actually. I'll just say that, but Christmas is right up there, but it's a lot of nostalgia with that one too. But
yeah. So apparently in the original film Vacation, they are the Griswolds with an O, but in this one and from now on, they are the Griswolds with an A.
Well, I also like he's like going at the daughter.
Yeah, this is the modern audience will not appreciate this film.
No, there's like so many things in this like opening scene. I'm like, that probably would get cut out of a lot of modern
she's supposed
movies.
to be 16 at this point.
Well, yeah, the son is like 15 and she's younger than him, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like groping her. But yeah, no, sorry, I lost track. Well,
he's supposed to be based on that Family Feud one.
Yes.
The Running Man guy who kept kissing all those people.
Where they're just like having little liberties with the guests.
History of early Hungarian carpet.
Hey, Michael.
There you go. But yes, Michael Myers is here. I always thought Hughes wrote it, but apparently not. No, it's got his name on it, which is weird.
A little sales point, but he was.
I know he wrote the original one, and then there were bits of this one that was cut out of the original film that they used, I guess.
I always forget the host's name, but that was the Addams Family.
Yes. I'm trying to think now what his name is.
I'm bad at names. I'll all the time.
Here come the nerds, the Frogers.
Yep.
There you go. It's missing from the Channel 5. I guess that's the TV version it's missing from.
Oh, the
kissing of the daughter.
The grabbing and kissing of the daughter. I'm just sitting there and like Clark's just like
wondering what's going on. So unfortunately, Audrey, the actress, died a few years after this.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I didn't know until today. Yeah. Oh, sorry, 96, so 10 years later. But
it's been a while. Yeah, I guess I did not realize that
because they were going to get the original 2 back because her name's Dana Hill, and then the other girl. Actress from the first one's called Dana as well in real life, but they what's his name? The boy in the first film, Anthony Michael Hall. He was doing Weird Science with John Hughes, so he wasn't coming back. So they recast Rusty, and then they might as well recast Audrey too.
Audrey as well. That's funny that he was going to do a film with him, and his name is on this, but he really wasn't involved with it.
Yeah, so I'm hoping he got money for it.
Interesting. So, as from the UK, do you get a kick out of the Americans here in the pig costumes, the consuming and taking more and more and more, and not. I kind of watched that again just recently. Before this, I want to watch it as close to this as possible to rewatch it, and I was like, well, is that kind of what we're looked at? Sometimes.
Yes, that's how we Brits see you.
The consumers, greedy consumers.
It was the Reagan years.
Yeah.
John Astin is the host, of course.
Mm.
And yes, we've got William Zabka from Karate Kid's going to turn up later.
Yes, that threw me off. I completely forgot he was in this until I rewatched it. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, it's like, of course, it's easy to go back and like, oh yeah, I remember that. But it kind of threw me for a loop because this was really close to Karate Kid too. I think release dates anyway, like very close. I think Karate Kid was first, but
yes, and then he did this, but then he was in Back to School. He was in
but I think this was very close after.
But technically, there's so much to do. I think he's got one scene, and then the rest of the time it's just his voice.
He just makes out with Audrey, like pretty much that's his role.
Yep, there's Buckingham Palace again.
Yep,
you've just won.
Big Ben, there's Parliament.
What does the Queen do? She queens and she vacuums.
She queens and vacuums. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had diabetes. So
I didn't realize that.
No, I didn't till today. But when she dreams later on that she's eating, she had to not eat the food. She had to spit it out.
Right. Yeah, that's something that probably wouldn't roll too well too in modern day, where she's like not eating for her boyfriend, kind of a thing.
Thinking she's too fat and
and I'm like, that's kind of, I don't know, that caught me weird too, like is being thrown out for it. Now, but there's Johnny. I mean, whatever his name is for this one.
He's I think, he's in he's Equalizer's son in the 80s TV show as well. I think she's one of the guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's in quite a few. He's not always a douche.
But he seems like he gets typecast in that role.
Yeah.
It's like, have the feathered hair and be a douche.
Yeah, and then the 90s happened. And we went grunge. So Clark is wearing a Wally World t-shirt, which as Michael
I laughed about that.
Yeah. He's got the pink, he kept the pink costume and that t-shirt, I believe. And he still wears them now. Hey, Larry's here. We are pigs. Is that
Larry.
Americans or is that the characters in the film saying that?
Yeah. Depends who's talking about it.
The shark puppet. Hello. No, shark puppet 2. Yes, Mel Smith. I don't know if you know who Mel Smith is.
I don't.
He is the actor. He's a writer, director. He was doing a big TV show at the time, which was not the 9 o'clock news. He also had a TV show with Griff Rhys-Jones, a very popular show they did together for years in the UK. So there's a lot of British people in the London bit that we'll get to soon.
Oh, yes. So he was he the one with the mother with the
in the hotel.
Okay.
Owns the hotel. Yes.
Okay.
It's coming up soon.
Well, and even not. I mean, you see some from Monty Python's in there too. And,
yes, it's Eric Idle.
Yeah.
Yes, Eric Idle and Robbie Coltrane, who was coming up soon. He was in Nuns on the Run. I don't know if you've known that's another British film.
Okay. No, I didn't.
Early 90s, late 80s. Two gangster men on the run, hired as nuns.
I don't know if I know that one.
Oh, there we go. Nearly our first bit of nudity. Staying Hill was very nice. Hi, Scott. But yeah, the original Audrey does return in one of the vacation films. Unfortunately, it's Christmas Vacation 2.
Oh, yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah. What's funny is I'm watching the screen you have going and I'm jumping off. So it's cut different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it might be ahead. Because here we go.
No, I've been watching and there's sometimes where we're right on track. And So I just wonder if it's the different versions that's available.
Oh, maybe.
There's a couple times it will just jump different, and but that's funny where you do see cuts from different countries and what they decide is going to be in or not in for that release.
Yeah. So apparently that JVC video camera is Chevy Chase's own one that they used as a prop.
Oh, okay.
Whether he kept the film.
Yeah, right. He still got the video of him and D'Angelo Hall, or whatever her name is.
Beverly D'Angelo, yes.
Beverly D'Angelo. I knew I had it wrong.
So she calls Chevy Chase Sparky, but then they used it in all the films after the first one, I think.
Yeah.
So she still calls him Sparky now.
That's funny.
Look at all those steps that lead up to their bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of different. But I do not have steps like that in my bathroom.
No, I don't. We have a step down into our bathroom because it's an extension.
Oh, well, but, that's where it can be dangerous at the middle of the night when you got to get
up.
It
can be. One of these days, I'm going to take a header. But there we go. Pan Am, where are they now?
Gone. They are gone. It's kind of funny when you watch some of these movies when you see, well, even like, well, I know JVC is still around, but you see like brand names on products or airlines or things like that. It is interesting. Or even just, when they're drinking a beverage,
yes,
and even the logos being, even if they're still around, the logos being so much different. It's kind of fun to see some of that.
Because what were we watching the other day that had a lot of tab in?
Tab, yeah.
It was only here for about a year in the UK, and then it disappeared. But we had Tab Clear, which was Coke, just without caramel coloring.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for a very short time here in the US, we had Pepsi Crystal. The clear.
I don't think we ever had that.
And it went away really quickly.
Yes, it goes. You asked for a can of Coke there. Said, "Do you want it in the can?" He goes, "No."
Yeah, I love that part. That made me laugh. Like, no, I'll just have it here. You're like, that's American. But I love he looks back towards the back.
Yeah, he thinks
like, no, I'll just have it here.
But this film is a 15 certificate in cinemas and on home release because it contains moderate sex references and strong language. So.
I think in the US, at least this one, it was tagged as PG-13 here in the US, or at this time, or the one I grabbed up.
But yeah, here we go. The actress that impersonates the Queen in all these films in Naked Gun, and now there's a massive faux pas here because you're not supposed to turn your back on the Queen.
Oh,
so everyone's coming in and walking away, so they're turning their back on her.
Okay.
But yeah,
so there's probably a lot of things with this scene that probably didn't go over really well. You got,
yeah, that Princess Diana doesn't have the right nose.
Yeah, but then she's kind of throwing herself at Clark too.
Yes,
it's like don't go away.
This is offensive. Stupid Americans.
Oh, there you go. There's the backs. Yep.
And Prince Charles is very short. There you go. Oh yeah, there you go. It was
the different dreams all of them are having.
Pan Am. Evening Words and Pictures. Lampoon to criticize using ridicule, irony, and sarcasm. Yes, we never. Yeah. I think we only had the films up here. We never had the magazine, as far as I know. So
I'm not familiar with the magazines, but the movies I am.
Yeah, that is Vegas Vacation doesn't have National Lampoons on the front of it.
Oh, okay. That's quite the outfit. That
yes, I was just looking. I was going to say, the 80s.
Yeah,
you're arrested for it now.
Rusty, the European tour.
I remember Tab Clear being quite nice. Yes, I also used to enjoy it. Same with them. Either got a tab or I got a jolt. But two things that didn't last
Jolt.
More than
yeah, I forgot about that one. We had that here too.
Yeah, it's illegal now, I think. It's too much. They banned Jolt for having, I think, too much caffeine, and then half the drinks in the shops now are energy drinks.
Are more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how that all works out.
There you go. The stewardess is apparently Fox, the girl who gets pitchforked in.
Oh, for real?
I didn't see that, but yeah, I was looking at her like I recognized her when she was doing the can joke.
I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. Thank you, Michael Myers. I did not know. That's a cool bit of info.
Yeah. So yeah, this scene now with the eating is just like he also says reminds you of the similar scene in Freddy's Dream Child.
Oh
where she's
yes,
just
yeah.
eating until she dies. You know, Scolder's here. Hello.
Hey, Scolder.
Or ELO. It depends if it's the Electric Light Orchestra or not.
Yeah, you know.
Some of the magazines. There you go. So some of the Lampoons magazines are at the archive.com.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one of them features at the end of the film in the random pictures they show up, which is a Clint Eastwood picture.
I can only hope that when I went over with my family that we came off a little better than this one. But maybe not, but I hope. I'm sure we still stuck out. They knew we were tourists, but I hope we were being respectful tourists.
Well, I'm hoping you drove on the right side of the road.
I did not drive. I did not drive when we were there.
Yes, I wouldn't drive if I was in a wrong side of the road country.
Oh, it's just so hard. It's the motor, I don't know. You just get so you've done it for so long one way. It's hard to go to the other. And
yes.
Yeah. But I did love the tube, the trains. It was very easy to get around to a lot of things that we needed to.
Is amazing.
And the taxis. Yeah. Well, that's what we did.
Very wise. But yeah, this is filmed in the actual location they did Sound of Music as well.
Oh, that was
Germany.
the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or so Switzerland or Germany, one of them, or the border. There you go, Heathrow Airport.
Yeah, we went through there. And there was a nice, lovely train to meet us, to take us to our the stop we needed to go to.
Yes, I don't know if it was... No, there was no... I don't think the tube train ran out that far back then.
No, I can't remember if we had to change, but we did go from Heathrow to Paddington, I think.
Yeah, I think that luckily they've done it now. It does a loop at Heathrow at the terminals and then goes back into London, straight into the centre, which is wonderful. We catch it.
It was very nice. I mean, it made it easy for us.
Because when I go to London, if we're staying overnight, we stay near the airport and then just get the tube train straight in to the centre. It's a lot cheaper and easier than parking or driving through London.
Oh, it was super easy. That's why I enjoyed that. That's one thing that we do not have is that, that public transportation system. It's it worked quite well. And I didn't have to be wrecking into cars all the time like Clark here.
Yes. And you don't have an underground train system in Iowa.
No. There's trains that go through here, but most of them carry not passengers. It's more, I was going to say, it's products like grain or petroleum or like things like that.
Yes.
But there are some passenger ones, but it's few and far between. Nothing like what's running around Heathrow and London. There are cities that do have that around the U.S., but no, not where I'm at.
Oh yeah, so, the Yanks. He says,
Yanks. I'm a Yank. That's what's funny. I remember when we were talking when you were on my channel. I was like, okay, so are all Americans Yanks? And you were like, oh yeah. And what's funny within the U.S., there's regions of the country people will call Yanks, and others are not Yanks. And so a lot of times Yankees in the U.S. is the northeast portion of the country.
The Yankees.
Yeah, and where I'm at, we're nothing. We don't get
collateral damage.
Yeah, right. We're the outliers or something.
You can pick a side, I guess. You don't have to.
Yep.
Well, every time I watch Planes, Trains and Automobiles, he's like, people train don't run from this station. You got to get from this station, and it's like 70 miles in the freezing cold.
Yep, that's pretty much. That's it. Okay, I will say the ones that, when we were where we were staying in London, our kids got a kick out of the room that we could fit all four of us in.
Oh,
it was a triple. So there was 3 beds kind of lined up across each other. There's a little space, in between each of them. But that is a difference between not all cities, but when we're in smaller areas in the United States, a lot of the hotel rooms are quite large. But if you go into larger cities like New York or Los Angeles or Chicago,
yeah.
things like that, they do get smaller, but they did find it interesting to see 3 beds like next to each other across the room.
But yeah, I guess you didn't have to share a bathroom with everyone else either.
We did not. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one we were in London, we did have our own bathroom.
Yeah. I think ensuite wasn't as popular as it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would have been a deal breaker for my wife. She wants a private bathroom. So she doesn't have an incident like this right here.
Well, exactly. So there's Robbie Coltrane, Hagrid from Harry Potter films.
Oh, okay. I was like, I knew I recognized him.
Yeah, it's hard to see him when he's not massive, tall, and big bushy beard.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he was a comedian at the time. And then the woman that gets Clark gets into
goes
together
after
now.
her?
Yeah, she is. She was a comedic actress as well at the time.
Okay.
And I'm blanking on her name. It is Maureen Lipman. There you go.
I still like when did you stop shaving your legs? And then he figures out it's not his wife, and then it's can you unlock my leg with your no
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. See, I was right. It was the same room. The guy he bashes with the luggage was in the gallows. Oh yes, so the taxi driver, yes, he is. He was common sight on what's his name, Derek Deadman. But yes, he was on every British TV show at the time.
Okay,
in the mid-80s.
So there's a lot of those that at the time, like I would not have recognized. No. But there's quite a few that you are like, oh, those are some. They're giving some nods to some people that were comedians or in shows or movies that are.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, like we recognize like Mel Smith, Robbie Coltrane, Laurie Whitman, the bloke with the luggage, the guy whose car he hits later on, and of course Eric Idle.
Oh yeah, well that's what I thought. It was funny seeing him, and then even some of the little, they had some nods to even like Monty Python,
Yes,
and so yes. Just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
And I kind of laughed, and I'm like, "Oh, holy grail, holy grail."
Yes, I asked about these magic cornfields. Apparently, no, Iowa's not full of ghosts in cornfields, is it?
We do have cornfields, but I have not run across a magic one at this point. So,
what about he who's behind the corn or whatever it is?
What's that?
He who is behind the corn, or is it whatever the Stephen King and Children of the Corn?
Oh yeah. No, I haven't ran into that either, thankfully.
It's very disappointing. Isn't it?
Yeah. I grew up on a farm. We had cornfields all around us, but no ball players were walking out of the.
I always regard Texas as it's their own thing, like they're Texans first, Americans second.
Yeah. Yep.
I can see that. Have you had the beard long, Corey? Says
I have not. This is it's a project for the winter. I don't know how long it's going to stay. It'd probably be a short-term thing, but I'm going to say it was the beginning of October that I decided that I was going to go on a little shave strike. So I don't know. I get, it's kind of all. We have not decided yet on this whole thing.
It might be there for the New Year's.
It might just be for the cold weather, and then we'll get rid of it.
Yes, I've stayed in B&Bs worse than the one they've stayed in as well, yes. But, so yeah, that car they're driving is a Maxi, which is a bit of a rubbish car back then.
Well, I think that's kind of a funny thing with a lot of their movies. Don't they usually pick some cars that are like why in the world did they ever build this thing? But yes. That's like every car they have in all the movies.
So they get the Citroen later on when they go to France, on Germany, which is a horrible looking car. So yeah.
I just love the whole, oh no, I've been meaning to fix that for ages. I've already had a bump there. And he's like, I'm sorry. You're like, no, it's my fault.
Yes, I should thank you.
Oh, I think that one's yours.
Yes, you don't get chrome on cars like that anymore, do you?
That's what's okay. So that's what I'd be kind of interested to talk to different people from different countries with how they portray each country through this, between UK, France and Rome.
Yes.
There's some
Any
differences.
Italians in the chat?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, this is the Major from Faulty Towers.
I just love that. Like, oh no, my fault.
American, delighted to meet you.
Oh,
Yeah.
take this back as a souvenir to New York. And gives him his bumper. And he's like, here, honey, there's another one.
Myers knows. Yes, the Major, old racist from Faulty Towers. Yes, I was looking at the license plate OHA, which is the last 3 letters of Idaho backwards. There you go. Just an abbreviation.
Oh, we got the bike coming up here.
Yeah, it always grosses me out when he goes. It's over there.
Oh, yeah.
Blood spurts out of his wrist. Cheerio. The other thing I noticed with this is how it was back then. Only the front seats have seat belts, so the kids in the back are on loose.
Yeah. Well, we had that for quite a while too. Yeah.
I think it was only the 90s, maybe they started fitting seat belts in the back seats.
Yeah. Well, and even I remember we had some cars growing up where the front seats just had a lap belt, where it just came. It didn't have the shoulder strap, it was not a law to have them on either. I remember there was a big uproar when they made that a law that you could get a ticket.
Yeah.
How dare you? You infringe on my safety, my trying to keep myself safe or not. But, yeah, that whole. Here it is.
Oh,
Well, it's just
got a bad cut. We better get you to a hospital.
Just a flesh wound.
At least you can go to the hospital for free.
Yeah. He does have that going for him.
He does.
Unfortunately, he was ran over, and now he's got. And unfortunately, he gets to have continued visits throughout the movie.
Yes, because Eric Idle and it wasn't originally cast. I think someone else was cast, but they weren't as famous. So they wanted someone more famous that Americans would recognize. Or at least someone.
Oh, definitely. No, that's what I completely forgot about the flesh wound comment, and it made me chuckle when I just rewatched this.
That's it. Yeah, no need to bother, matron.
No. I'll just pop into the chemist and I'll be right.
But yeah, he does appear later. Here you go. We just drive around this circle.
Yeah. Parliament. Big Ben, Parliament.
Oh, that's got the scaffolding on it. But yeah, as much as it is for Americans, I get caught in roundabouts, double roundabouts sometimes.
Well, what's funny is a lot of they're newer in a lot of areas here. It's not a thing, and a lot of them are just single. Like you don't have the double like that. And even with the singles, it's funny when they started introducing them, people were losing their minds. What am I supposed to do with this craziness? You know?
Yeah. There's some scrapings. That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently Chevy Chase and Eric Idle got on so well that they started forming the next film, which was going to be Australian Vacation, where they'd go on holiday to Australia. But this didn't do too well, even though it when it came out, it knocked Back to the Future off the top spot.
I think this is one of those that kind of got a cult following later on, but it was not a huge hit in the box office.
Yeah, not Back to the Future, which it had held for the 3 weeks, but then Back to the Future came back the next week for 8 weeks.
Oh, there you go. It's like, well, let me show you.
But yeah, there you go. So I always love it when he complains there's only 4 channels, and like one of them is about making cheese the whole day for some reason.
I was going to say, at one point, I think later in the movie, he was like, what do you want to watch? Cheese or snow?
Yes. But yeah, so he did only have 4 channels, but throughout the beginning of the 80s, we had 3 channels, so he's quite lucky to get the 4.
Well, I was going to say, growing up, I was the same way, though, too.
Yeah.
Out in the country. Yeah, it was 3, and then it was a big deal when there was a 4th one that got added on.
Yes. Oh, we got someone got Dan from New Zealand. The answer to that quiz question had me crack up. What are the pyramidal tracks? I believe the pyramidal tracks are houses for the outside the Cairo.
And they're like wrong, and I'm like, well, I tried.
Oh, what? No, that sounds right. Good evening, Jane Doe.
Hey, Nikki.
Crocodile the beat. Yeah, best them to it. That was probably a better film than the Australian Vacation. Oh yeah, and then long distance phone calls back then.
Oh yes. Well, even within I mean, not even international. I remember my wife and I, when we were dating, we lived in different cities before and it was ridiculous. I wish I could have the money back that we spent on phone calls. People don't understand that now, but I mean, we even lived within the same state, and we racked up, both of us, like stupid phone bills.
Yeah, it's crazy now, isn't it? Yeah, unlimited minutes now. No one uses them.
I know. They don't charge anymore for minutes. It's like the texting and data. That's where they make the money. Like you can talk all you want, just people don't do that as much.
Yeah. Well, it's like, if you had to phone America, you had to think of time zones, and you had to phone the operator, and then they'd connect you to American operator, and then they would connect you. So
yeah, I was the first time I was in England I was in high school, so I'd have been a teenager. We did a trip. It was Spain, England, and Spain, France, and England. And I remember getting on a payphone and just asking if I could call collect to the United States. And then my parents, if they answered, they had to accept the charges.
Oh, that will please them.
Yeah. Well, they didn't talk very long. You're still alive? Good. Bye.
Yeah. Get off the phone. This is important.
You didn't get lost in Europe? Okay, you're fine. Bye. You can wait till next week to call again.
So, yes, this was the same year as Fletch. Well spotted. I forgot about that.
Nice. I didn't realize that.
So this is where they're going to see Stonehenge. Oh. So they had to build a smaller replica of Stonehenge because, although back then you could go to Stonehenge and stand by it or get really close to it.
So when they do this in the movie, that's one thing I was going to ask. Was there a time around that period where you could actually park that close to it?
I don't know if you're about parking.
Okay.
You definitely could walk up to it.
Okay. Because I know when we went, somebody was almost like, it's not even worth going because you're so far away from it.
It is now, yes.
So we didn't. But when they were parking like that, I'm like, is that real? They really could. They had their car right next to it. And I'm like, is that just for the movie, or could one day there was a time where you could have done that?
Yeah, I think you could get quite close nearby.
But you could at very least
wouldn't
walk around
literally
like
on it.
this.
Yeah, and then it's only at the hippies at the solstice can go on it now. You have to stand like a mile away and look at it.
So I've never seen that. I've been to England twice, and I have not been there. But I think even the earlier time when I was quite young, they said we could go there, but it would have been a long trip from where we were at, and they were like, you're going to be quite a ways away from it.
Yes, it's even on a map, it's like this. It's really far to go there from me. Yeah. It's all back roads and small roads, and the road they showed just then was very close to it, but they've closed that road, so you have to be further away now on a bigger road because there's so much traffic. But then it'd take you probably a good 2 hours to get from London to there, and then
that's what they were like. They were like, you're going to not waste, but you would spend a day to do it. And is it worth what you would be able to see, kind of a thing? No. And so we ended up not doing it. But
yes, 4 channels of cheese is more interesting than the UK's TV today.
Well, that's some of the US TV too, believe me. Less,
yeah. Oh, yes, it's just, you don't use minutes. You just use WhatsApp calls or Skype or...
right.
Depends.
It's so different now.
Yeah, because I get unlimited calls with Skype for like £2.50 a month to the US.
Yeah, that's nothing compared to what you had to pay before. I mean, it was crazy what I was paying even within Iowa, the state I live in, to my wife that was in another city that, oh gosh, I wish I could have the money back.
Yeah, so they got this prop Stonehenge that falls down.
Yeah.
Works out quite well. And then, Gay Paris, the City of Lights. Now, did you venture to Paris? You went for the day, you said.
Yeah, so when I was younger and I did that trip with a group, we did go through France and we did Paris as well. But when we were with our kids, we did, there was one day, we weren't planning on doing it, but then they had some really inexpensive tickets for that high-speed train that goes under the channel.
Yes.
So we took a really early train, and we went for a full day. We didn't. I mean, we hit. We did like Notre Dame and Eiffel Tower, and then for whatever reason, not saying good or bad, but the kids were like really excited. They wanted to go see like the Mona Lisa. So we just did a quick little bop into the Louvre. We didn't go. Yeah, we didn't do quite the full tour that they were speeding through on the movie here, and then we ate at a couple nice restaurants, and made it. It was a nice big long full day, but it was a decent trip. So the first time I went when I was in high school. We started in southern coast of Spain, went up through France, and then it was a ferry across from France to England over to like Dover area. Yeah. And they were just starting. I don't know if it was the idea or starting the project of doing that under the train under the channel there, but it was not a thing the first time I was there.
No,
so I'm dating myself. To build it. Yeah. Well, I can imagine.
Yeah, and they're talking about doing one from, what is it, Ireland to America or something now.
I'll do it, yeah.
It's going to be a hell of a drive if you break down or in the middle.
Oh, yeah. No, it was interesting. I know my kids, even they were older, they were a little, even my wife, she was not sure on the idea of being underwater.
Yes,
that
you're under
long of a period of time.
A tunnel of the sea and then rocks.
Yeah, and you're at the mercy of the lowest bidder that constructed that. Probably, it's like, or at least in the U.S., it's usually on those construction projects.
Yes, it's very much that.
The lowest bidder does it, and it's just like, please make this strong.
Cutting corners. I've been on the tunnel once, and then flew to Paris the second time because to get to the tunnel you have to drive 3 hours from where I'd be to get to the train tunnel.
Okay.
And if you get the train, I'd have to go up to Bristol, across to London, down to Dover. So that's another 5 hours.
So when we stayed, we were at a place not super far away from Paddington Station. And so I think we could take a train from Paddington to catch the one that then.
Yes. I guess you were on the Orange Express then, weren't you?
I'll say yes. I don't remember. But I know
Americans.
No. I was trying to plan a trip that we would not have to drive. Perfect. And we could get from Heathrow to Paddington, and it was a very short walk to the place that we stayed at, and then Paddington, that kind of connected to everything that we did, and so.
Yeah, you get to Paddington, you're all right. You can get anywhere.
Yeah,
or in the world.
Maybe one exchange, but not you didn't have to jump onto too many different trains to do day trips. But we're the piggies.
Yeah. Film is packed with British iconic imagery. Yes. Yeah, all the sites it's like a snapshot of the time in Europe.
Yeah, and I'm sure we did all the typical tourist things when we were there. And I think I talked about this when you came on my channel, where I'd love to go back and like I said there too, no disrespect, nothing against London, but maybe come back and do anything but London trip, where we just did London in like easy day trips on train from there. Yeah. But I would love to venture out further and check out more sites. And nothing against London, believe me, I'm not saying it that way, but it was just very easy for us to do that without having to drive ourselves. And
yeah, I used to love London, but it's not one I go back to much anymore. There's not much there anymore.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, it's like our kids being able to see some of those sites where you always see movies and pictures of Big Ben or Parliament or, the London Eye, or, there's different things like that where it's just kind of different for them to be able to see it in person.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely worth doing once, but I've done it a few times now.
Yeah. So like I said, next time, no offense to London, but I'd love to go. I'd love to go back and venture out further.
Shakespeare's country is nice. Yeah, Stratford and Pont even.
Yeah. When we were in London, we went to one place. It was a Shakespeare. What was the Round? They had.
The Round. The whatever it's called.
I'm blanking on the name of it, but it was like supposed to. It was set up like the original, like how they would do the Shakespeare plays back in the day. And we went and saw Macbeth there. So
nice. Yeah, there are pubs in Britain older than America.
That is true. That is true. That's our ancient old homes here are like moderately new. You know, there's so much more history. I mean,
Yes.
yeah. But that's what's fun to go. Yeah, it was fun to visit and see a lot of that.
Because I wonder if anyone's replicated the European vacation. Well, I replicated. Was it the Da Vinci Code? I was
Yeah.
I went around London. I went around Paris because I was single and I had a high rate credit limit.
There you go.
So I went to the Louvre. I went around Paris and around London.
We did not get the berets when we went.
No, we did not. I did not. That's a missed opportunity. So you can do that next time.
Yeah, right. I love the waiter here.
Yes. He
Obviously, you don't speak
daughter's
English.
got good tits.
She's got gorgeous, large, and your daughter has a nice round ass. Or
Oh,
whatever.
that's
It's like-
the ass. This one.
but he
Ass
just like keeps on
season.
throwing out things.
Yes.
And then they cut to the
Coca-Cola for, like,
kitchen,
a
and it's
month.
all like
Yeah.
microwave dinners, and they just put a French flag in it.
That'll do for you Americans. Well.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, when I went to Paris once, we had McDonald's, and you can have beer and wine at McDonald's, which is
That's
good.
That is what it threw me off when we were there, and even when I went younger, this would have been in the 90s. McDonald's had beer there, but then we got thrown off because they were charging us extra to get ketchup packets. What is this nonsense? And you had to pay to use the bathroom. Like the bathroom doors had like you had to put like a quarter in or whatever. I know I'm being American, but not
American.
a quarter. But you had to put money into the
Money
thing.
in. Yeah, you have to Western Supermare, all the public bathrooms like 20-25 pence.
Yeah, it's like what do you
And
mean
it's
not
cash
free?
only as well, so you got to have coins. Who has
Yeah.
coins anymore?
Yeah, I had to go back out, and I remember asking my wife if she had any in her pocket because I had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't have any on me.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah,
Yeah,
Paris is like London has gone downhill as well.
it was quite different. There's the dinners.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun,
So
dun,
it
dun.
was quite a bit different from the first. So the first time I was in Paris was in the 90s, going to Eiffel Tower, and then when we went back with our kids, it was weird to see the protective gating and everything that's around it, and you had to go through like basically a security checkpoint and metal detectors to be able to get into the grounds around that. And it was kind of, but I know they had a few different terrorist attacks and things like that had happened.
It's a target, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I've been twice. Yeah, like so the first time was like 25 years ago. Before I'm like, it was a problem when it was just like all open, and then the next time I went,
that was the same with me. It was quite different. Yeah. Yeah. So for our kids, it was kind of jarring for them to go through the security things. And then they would have like police vans set up, and if they looked like they had automatic weapons on them and everything, and they're like, where are you taking us?
Yeah, this is supposed to be a fun day out.
We can just go for an ice cream and be fine,
So apparently they said, let's go to the top, but they're not at the top. They're at the first.
No, I was going
big
to say they are
section.
not at the top.
Because the top's right smaller.
And we
you have
did
to get a
go up
lift.
there with our kids, and then I yelled at my son because he stuck his head through the gating.
Oh no!
Like the security, and he was like, "Hey, look at me!" And his head's like sticking out, and I'm like, "Please don't be the American kid that gets his head stuck in this thing." And they're gonna be like, "That's why we don't like Americans coming here." Luckily, he did not get stuck, but
This was the same year Roger Moore was chasing Grace Jones up there as well.
oh, nice. I saw one later in or somewhere in the comments. Michael Myers saying 50 pence for a poo.
Yeah. it's
Or I'm
definitely
assuming
worth it.
pence, or what would you say that?
That's,
for P?
yes, 50 pence, 50p.
Or what would you say?
50p.
50p. Okay.
Because I guess you don't say 50c for your cents, do you? So,
No, we say cents. But
yeah, you use the full word. No
Yeah.
time for that.
Yeah. We don't abbreviate. We just.
Yeah, those video cameras were very heavy.
Oh, yeah.
You
Well,
would-
we had one that was almost as big as that at one time when we were kids. And then it had a cord that went down to like basically a VCR that you had to carry on a strap on your shoulder. So it was like both of them. It almost would be like a 2-person job,
Yes. Yeah. Anything but London sounds great. Yes. It's not. It's
And I
not
did
London
not.
anymore.
I honestly did not mean that. I don't mean that as an insult. It's just like we don't get to make a trip like that often. I mean, it's an expensive trip, and so if I went back, I just was like, I would love to see more than what I saw the last
Well,
time
yes,
I was there.
the Lake District, yeah, away.
Oh,
from
I'd
the
love
city.
that. I've seen so many pictures that look beautiful up north.
Planning traveling with the internet is so much easier today. Yes.
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. And making reservations on the internet. Oh gosh,
Happening.
instead of calling and trying to get a hold of places. And...
Yeah. Don't go to Liverpool. It's a bigger shithole than London. So.
Nah.
And Paris put together.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah, they made it survive. And then here's a lovely gift. Oh yeah, Rhyl, Skeggy, anywhere but London from like so yeah, everyone's saying, even the English are saying, don't go to London anymore.
I honestly didn't mean it that way. But...
Oh yes, did you pick up any English words or phrases? Gore blimey, governor, or something?
Oh, no, but it's you start throwing out it's like, okay, we'll do the tube and the loo and the the fun stuff like that. The pub, even to us it's a bar, or honestly our kids, it was kind of funny. They got a kick out of just going through. We stayed at a place where we bought some food to have on hand right there to pack snacks for everybody or have some things, cut down expenses so we're not eating out all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
But going even to a market, a grocery store, or whatever, just going through there, so biscuits to us are different for you.
Oh yes, yes, biscuits
or crisps,
biscuits
or crisps,
and crisps. Yeah,
and they just had a kick out of just going through and reading the signs, and so I thought it was kind of funny. It was like, okay, we take a trip to another country. They're having a kick out of they're having a kick out of going to grocery store or the market.
Did you see any of this French culture when you were in Paris?
We did not see this French culture. I believe my wife would have thrown a little bit of a flag of like, no.
But they've been doing this for years.
Clark's like rolling his head around.
Oh, apparently the Eiffel Tower is a glorified pylon. Been to France many times, but never in Paris.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to visit the countryside and all that. But, yeah.
We did a little bit on that earlier one that I was talking about, because like we started on the south coast of Spain. It was Malaga, I believe. I might be pronouncing it wrong. And then did train up through Madrid and up and then through southern France and then Paris, and then make our way over to that nice little ferry across to England.
Merry old England. So yeah, this scene is cut out of the TV versions, the TV friendly versions.
I love that though, when his wife is like, "Look over there." What? He's like, "It's a hooker or whatever. They're everywhere."
Yeah.
Look who's with her.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but her top one side of her top fell off, revealing herself.
Well,
but I don't think that was on purpose.
But they kept it in.
Ah, yes. Beverly D'Angelo is still making films. She was in like Five
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Last year, of course.
I said Rome, not Paris.
But yes, look, a camera and a video recorder with you.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Probably less scammers than Paris, though. They're everywhere around the type. Oh yes, got the people selling it. Real crap.
Oh yeah, we had some around when I remember we were there around Notre Dame as well.
Ah yes. Anyway, there's.
I was like, no, thank you, no, thank you. I just learned no, thank you, and walk away. No, thank you.
Rude American.
Yes, we were the rude Americans, and they're like, see, they're so rude, and I'm like, no, I just don't want to lose money.
No. Yeah, because they're everywhere. They're on the beaches, at the coast. They're on.
There's Notre Dame right there.
Anywhere tourists will be.
Yep. I saw they recently had a reopening in Notre Dame, so I'm curious. I'm curious to see, is it full force back up and going, or I'm just kind of curious to visit again to see where it's at.
Oh yeah, that's how they make their money back, I guess. Because it's burnt.
That was crazy. That fire.
Although,
I just remember watching that on the news. They were in the U.S. as well. They were airing that forever.
This is my favorite bit.
Yeah. You killed her. Are you happy?
It closes in 50 minutes. There's 100,000 works of art to see.
We got to keep going.
I did that last time I went. I posted on visiting the Louvre.
Here's the song that you had on the post.
Yes.
Too.
Ça plane pour moi.
Yep.
Which means that plane for me, apparently.
Okay, but I would say this has probably fallen into a typical American stereotype of let's go to the Louvre. We have 15 minutes. Go. It's like we'll get enough in.
Yeah, because last time I went, the Mona Lisa was very protected behind cover.
Oh yes, and behind a lot of people. There's always a lot of people.
Oh yeah, that's what everyone goes for. Isn't it?
And honestly, it's a lot smaller than what you think, and it's like, there's so many other things to. There's so many other things to see there too.
Yeah, is that a postage stamp on the wall?
Yeah, right. It's about it. That's about what it's like.
But yes, French cultural shows are grand. Exactly. Vive la France. Don't come to England for the food. It's all shit.
Oh, we eat fine, Michael.
He had fish and chips. He had a full English, the son, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. He did. That was his goal. That was so funny. He was like, what do you want to do when you go to England? I want to have a full English breakfast. Would you like to see Big Ben? No, I want a full English. No, I'm just kidding. But he was excited to be able to order that.
Yeah.
And the fish and chips. You always hear about that.
Yeah, and then you got to have a roast dinner on a Sunday.
Yeah, we did. And it was very nice to. I didn't mind rolling into a pub and having a pint either. That was okay.
Were there any football hooligans, as it shows in the films?
We did not run into any hooligans at all. We had very nice people that we ran into. Everybody was so helpful. I was going to say, for being a large city, a very large tourist heavy city.
Yeah.
We were greeted. I'm sure you always could. We had a couple sketchy things every once in a while, but there was so many very nice and helpful people when we were there visiting. So I would say for a very large tourist heavy city, I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Well, yes, exactly. Because unlike Americans, you're not expecting the person to be armed. That you're
Well, you never know. You never know.
These days, it might be,
yes,
but
you
back
never
in the
know.
old days.
Rusty, I think he's gonna pork her, Dad. No, he's not. Well, he might.
Yeah,
you should eat your breakfast.
I think he is.
Yeah, just eat your breakfast.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Michael Myers is ahead of me if I catch up.
That's what's funny. I keep on jumping off of where you're at. Because I can see the.
Let me hide it from you.
No, don't because I try to pause or skip forward if I need to.
There you go.
I love this somewhere in Germany.
Somewhere in Germany, yes. That's good. The motherland.
English food is great. Just go to the Indian places.
A good curry is worth its weight in gold. So apparently they changed the Citroen car to make it look more like their car it's got these air vents on the side and it's got a sill and all these extra features to make it.
That's quite the vehicle.
It is.
I still love that. There it is, kids. I know I'm behind right there, but there it is, kids. The motherland. Isn't Grandma from Chicago? Shut up, Rusty.
Yeah. Welcome, Rob. So true. There you go. I had a full English breakfast a few times and nice burgers nearly. We do occasionally get a good burger in a proper place.
Okay, I'll say out of most of our trips that we've had, the one thing that kind of threw my kids off the most is when we were in Belgium and then they put the mayonnaise all over the top of the fries. And they were just like, what is this? And I'm like, it's fine. Just go with it. But it's just kind of different for us.
I guess you get cheesy chips in the UK.
Yeah. We'll get that too.
See, the only thing with the
we're looking for sex.
But yeah, I guess you can't work it out that it's not next to number 14.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, but I think that's leaning into the ignorant American thing too, you don't think 6 is right next to 14.
No. Fritz, it's good to see you. Remember Ellen from the latest? Yeah. I guess, yes. They
wouldn't. The poor couple.
Yeah.
They would make them dinner.
Well, it's all sauerkraut and sausages.
Hey, I'd go for it. There was beer. I know, but it's
you had a beer, a beer as well.
I'd sit there and have a pint and.
So yes, one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning was it's directed by Amy Heckerling. and she did not get on with, like most people, Chevy Chase.
I hear that's a common theme.
Yeah, it's a common thing. So she wrote, was it Clueless and Look Who's Talking?
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
She directed, what was it? A few other things I've seen. She directed Clueless and Look Who's Talking, and Look Who's Talking 2. Johnny Dangerously and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But yeah.
Oh, nice.
She hated working on this so much that when she was in Europe, she wouldn't go on set unless she had a return ticket to New York handy, so she could just leave.
Escape.
Yeah.
How bad? Okay, how bad is that?
That is bad.
I needed an escape plan. No question to ask. Open plane ticket and a passport.
Yeah, that's it. It's a Citroen DS21. It's the same car that Charles de Gaulle was in surviving assassination attempts. But yeah, it's a very much a lousy car that they always make fun of.
Say, but that's the thing. I think that's a common theme in this. They always get the lousy cars, the off the ball car. Yeah, exactly.
I miss Jack.
Yeah, when she looks at the sausage I laugh so hard. I just rewatched that this morning, actually, because I wanted to watch it as close as possible, and I had some time, so I finished it up this morning. And right there, she's like looks down at that and like gazes at it. God, I miss Jack. I'm like, oh my gosh, can they do this still today? I don't know. On him brushing his teeth.
Yeah, Schweinhund. Yes. I don't know if he's mellowed now in the last year. He's doing conventions and stuff. So, but for the last 40 years, everyone's pretty much hated him.
Yeah. Well, even that recent show that he did in the US, the Community.
Yeah, he had to leave after halfway through season 4 because he was being a right bastard. That's what I've heard.
And there's multiple accounts attesting to that.
Yeah, it's only Beverly D'Angelo that seems to enjoy working with him.
That's fun. She always seems so nice, but I guess I don't know her as a person. But
well, yes, I've never heard anything bad about her.
Yeah, and she's a very beautiful woman for and I think that's a good upgrade for Chevy Chase for having her on his arm. But
yes, so yes, Rob's an American that lives in Germany, so he's eating the sauerkraut and Wursthasen.
You lost me on that one. I'm the ignorant American. I'd have to.
Bitte mögen Sie uns nicht. It's the only German I know, and that's please don't kill me.
I know Achtung.
Achtung, baby.
Yeah, you too. That and some of the old video games I would play.
The Wolfensteins.
Yep, Wolfenstein.
The original, of course.
That's my ignorant education.
But yeah, did you ever visit Germany at all or get near it?
No, unfortunately, we had tickets for March 2020 to take my family to Germany. And there was a right turn in events that we will not speak of, but we'll just say plans were canceled and luckily refunds occurred. And,
that was lucky.
But we were supposed to fly into Frankfurt.
Oh, nice.
And I'm really disappointed. I'd love to go back. Or not go back. I would love to get to go there.
Eventually, yes. I guess they do. Eventually. Oktoberfests all over the world, don't they?
Well, actually, we live very close, believe it or not, in Iowa, very close. There is a very small community that has a strong German heritage, and they do an Oktoberfest here. So.
I thought they all went to Argentina, but obviously not.
Nope, we got nice. It took me a second, but yeah, I got you. I'm slow. Give me a couple second delay, and right. I'll laugh.
Yeah. The only thing, I think I've been to one Oktoberfest celebration, and it was like fucking giant chug. The thing with beer, it just goes straight through me, so I'll just be drinking a gallon of the stuff, and then
and your arm gets tired. Good old Rusty having the time of his life.
Yeah.
I love when they have to run off. He's like, I was having the best vacation of my life, and you
he's been scuppered twice now. With women.
And he finally gets somebody just throwing it at him.
Thanks. All national stereotypes are played for fun and not narcissists. Works very well, exactly.
Yeah,
yes. It's the Griswolds that get into trouble rather than the stereotypes.
Yeah. Well, but that's kind of leaning into probably the American stereotype, the ignorant. Everything revolves around us, and
But then at the same time, it's they're getting fleeced by people trying to sell them stuff.
Yeah,
like
right.
Berets and lederhosen.
Yeah, very gullible.
So yes, taking over the cultural appropriation. I don't know if I remember this right from somewhere that because Chevy Chase was making all this up at the time, he didn't learn the dance, of course, so he could just mess around. And some of the dancers getting really annoyed with him for real.
Oh, really? Maybe some of the hits that come later,
Yes.
or they really wanted to lean into the hit.
Now, I don't know about that. Did Angelo marry Al Pacino?
Oh, wow!
But
I guess I don't know that.
He's got a young wife now, hasn't he?
Oh gosh, that's like ridiculous, isn't it? Like it could be his granddaughter. Like I'm joking, but not joking.
No, yes. But no, it doesn't say here who she. But born in Ohio. Oh, I go spouses.
There's a list. No.
Yeah, relatives. Oh no. Well, she divorced in '95, from '81 to '95, but then that's all it says. Oh, there you go. A former union with the volatile Al Pacino produced twins Olivia and Anton, who were born in 2001. I know. But yeah, she's been with Neil Jordan, production designer Anton Forst, Milos Forman, bloody hell.
Oh, Words and Pictures was throwing in the comments that D'Angelo and Pacino they share 2 kids, but they're ex. Yeah.
There's some tall blonde men in certain parts of Argentina. I think they've watered them down recently. The jokes here work better than Eurotrip. That kind of blows, aside from the song at the beginning. Yeah. Was it Debbie doesn't? Johnny, no. Whatever his name doesn't know, isn't it? Sung by Jason Bourne.
Yeah. I'm blanking on it.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Because Eurotrip has the British hooligans.
They're going to hang somebody. Dad! I love that his immediate thought is Dad.
Yeah, well...
Somebody's going to get hung. Dad.
But he left that poor lady.
Oh, that poor kid. Having the vacation of his life.
How many kids would leave?
Yeah, right. He'd be like, "Nah, my dad will be fine.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
I'll find him later." No, I'd love to be able to go to Germany someday, but yeah, that for real. It was March 2020 we were supposed to go there, and that's when all the things started locking down. So
yeah, that's a shame. Claudia Nedig was Rusty's German girl.
Oh.
What else is she in? Oh, she is born in Stuttgart. So they just still acting today. Because, Christmas Vacation, the girl in the mall that's showing him the underwear.
Oh, yeah.
I think her name's Nicolette Scorsese. I think she celebrated being 70-something this year.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that doesn't age you. Then
gosh. That's crazy when you think of it that way.
Yeah.
I love that, though, where he looks over at his wife and he's just like, it does, doesn't it? And she's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, God. Or no, it was Rusty. It was Rusty that he looks over. He's like, hi, Dad. And he's like, oh, Rusty.
Yeah. But yeah.
I need to rewatch that again. I haven't watched that in a long time, too.
They lose their luggage here, but somehow they change clothes later, apparently.
I don't say that. Fifth.
Well, yes.
Beetle.
The Shire. Worcestershire.
So is it because we just pronounce it incorrectly?
Was it Worcestershire?
I can't. I'll mess it up.
Edinburgh.
So how would you say that word right there?
Well, it's Shire when it's on its own, Worcester, but it Devonshire.
I'm sure I just put a different emphasis on something and it would sound wrong. So would it be? I'd say Shire, and that's like no.
Well, in Tolkien's world, it was a Shire because maybe it's the old way of saying it, but yeah, Worcestershire.
But even in the U.S., I've been in parts of the country too where I'll say the name of a city, and they'll be like, "You're not from around here, are you?" And I'm like, "What gave that away?" It's like, "We don't pronounce it that way."
Not from around here, eh?
Yeah,
English.
you ain't from around here, are you? And that's even my own country, you know. So
Yeah. So yeah, that car is fucking on. But yeah, they had to leave all the luggage. But yeah, they're all. Clark's got his clothes back on. I got the movie club here. Hey, all. Have we debated favorite Audrey Russ? No, we haven't. So we've got 4 Audreys and Russes to rate or rank.
it's always hard. They have so many of them.
Yeah, because this is the one that started the joke of they're all different ages and
Yeah.
never age. I think one of the films, is it Vegas Vacation? I think he says, I don't even recognize our kids anymore
Oh yeah.
because they're growing up so fast. But yes.
And here they're doing all their passive aggressive attacks to
yes,
each
winding
other.
each other up. Only family can do that.
Yeah, right. What little thing can I do to drive everybody else insane? And
Yeah,
we've all done it at some point. We've all done it at some point.
Playing with the ashtray.
Yeah. And the paper and the chewing the gum.
That's the thing about family holidays. You have to go with your family.
Yeah. But we've done that before where it was like, okay, we need a day off. Everybody just kind of do your thing.
Yeah. Because yeah, Juliette Lewis, I guess, and Robert, whatever his name from Big Bang is, Galicki, is in. I don't know which if I'd favorites. Probably this one.
This is we were talking about this before we went live. I really think this movie is underrated in the whole franchise. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know if it is or not.
But yeah, Sean hates it.
Sean hates it. Sorry, Sean.
I don't mind. It's one. I don't know if it's one I saw the most as a child because I was watching films around. I'd have been 12, 13 when it came out.
Unfortunately, I lost Sean with that comment.
But yeah, here we go. Rome, Italy.
I'd love to go there someday too. I have not been. So.
I'm trying to think now. I didn't go to Rome. I went to. Damn, what's the one where it begins with a T?
With a T?
I can't remember where I went now.
In Italy?
It has the Leaning Tower of Pisa in it. No,
oh,
it's not. Florence, not even with a T.
I was like, you had me messed up really bad there. I'm like, wow, I'm really ignorant American. I'm like, what is the town with a T that has?
I'm going crazy.
Florence. Okay.
Yeah. And this one dates it as well. Traveler's checks.
Oh yes, we traveled a few times with those back in the day.
I don't know if
American Express traveler's checks. Actually, on my honeymoon with my wife, we went to Mexico and we had traveler's checks for some of our money because that was the whole sales point of like, if it gets stolen, it's insured. You could go back to the office and
but
get
then
reimbursed.
How do you what's to stop you faking that?
I don't know. Maybe that's why they don't do it anymore. Maybe it was happening too often. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know.
By the time I was traveling on my own, it was I just paid by card traveling.
Yeah, I don't know. They just had that at that point. This would have been early 2000. They still had that fear factor they built in. Like, well, the credit card, you don't know if somebody steals that number. Well, but the American Express traveler's check, we insure it, and that was kind of their sales point for it.
Yeah, because American Express never took off over here. It was always, it's not accepted. Well,
first of all, the name.
Yeah. It doesn't hold any water here.
American, get out of here.
Yeah. It was never widely available here. It was never accepted much here. And it was always, there was a bigger charge if you used it.
Yeah.
For some bloody reason.
Well, honestly, a lot of stores in the U.S., there's quite a few that don't take American Express because they have higher credit card fees for the stores than
I guess that's
Visa or MasterCard. But either way, whoever did it, the traveler check thing, that was just kind of an odd thing. Thinking back at it,
It's I can change cash in the country or the airport or wherever, or I could have these special checks. I never had it work because if you had 10 checks and then if you ran out, and how much are they worth?
Yeah, no, it was weird thinking back at it now, but yeah, that would have been the last time we ever would have used him. It would have been in 2000. So, so we're looking at almost 25 years ago.
Yes, the Autobahn in Germany with no speed limit, and you're going 200 kilometers an hour, and then Ferraris and Porsches just go. Dum.
Well, there's never an accident until there is one, and then there's like a big pile up. Because I remember in the early late 80s, I remember our teacher bringing in a news article about there was some crazy accident on the Autobahn. But
what's such thing? Yeah, if everyone's going 200 miles per hour, then they lose control.
And there's not a whole lot of brakes that can stop you from that speed, you know, if there's a roadblock in front of you.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I don't know if it works. The system works that you just go as fast as you like and no one worries about it, or.
Well, but we have in the U.S. even it's nothing engineered like the Autobahn, but like say a state like Montana, there's some wide open, just like we've driven through there where there's no intersections. It's just wide open, just a blacktop, nothing. It's flat as could be. You can see forever. And there's not a speed limit, but it's the law is you can go as fast as you want to, as long as you're under control. So it would be up to the police officer or sheriff or whoever to determine whether you are under control or not, or acting in a good way.
I was thinking like in a Cannonball Run where it's like 50 miles per hour is the maximum speed limit. You think that's very slow.
Our interstates, which have the faster speeds, are usually 70 miles an hour, but most people in America means add 10 to it. So
same here.
If it's 70 miles per hour, they're going 80, you know, at least.
Yeah.
It's like everybody adds 5 to 10.
Yeah, there's wiggle room.
Yeah. The outfits that they start trying on this store.
Yes. Oh, you've got to think, yes.
So you can say that's American
Italian fashions. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the train carriages of its time. Yeah, cigarette.
Yes.
Ashtrays and everything.
Well, I remember that in the airlines, the airplanes. Yeah. They used to have them in the armrests. They had to have ashtrays in them.
Cinemas used to have little ashtrays as well. Devonshire. See? Or Devonshire is... Devonshire is the American say.
Am I supposed to say shore instead of shire?
Yeah. Oh, the train scenes are the best part of the film. When they're annoying each other.
Yeah.
Yes, Chevy Chase is the nicest man to work with, apparently, yes. See? You might be taking the piss there. Juliette Lewis, Anthony Michael Hall, over Galecki. There you go. A bit of a mixture. This is a fab Christmas season film. Though.
I do love watching them walk out of that store and like, oh, we look so good, and everybody's just got like a very nice like sweater and tie on. And they're like in these like flashy outfits.
Yeah, what his silver stripy suit and the shoulder pads. Rusty's got Turin. Yes, yeah, way off. Florence with a silent T. That's the one. Florence with a TH. The West for sure used to feel woozy watching this one, yes. Oh dear. People throwing hate at the film. You can still get traveler's gift, yes. I guess why would
Can
you
you really? Can you really? Wow. That's surprising. I guess I didn't know it was still a thing.
Yeah, how did they work then?
I just pretty much use credit card anymore.
Card. Yeah.
I would say most places anymore, it's like a credit card or cash. You know, if they don't take a credit card, you got to have cash. But the traveler checks, I have not seen that for ages.
Mm.
You're still on holiday with your family? Fear in his voice.
Yes. And he traps his leg, and I just go, I feel that. Yes. Where is the Leaning Tower of Pisa? It's maybe in Pisa, cheeky bastard. CC didn't always process credit cards didn't always process 2 times over. No one takes Amex over here because it comes with charges. There you go again.
Well, I was gonna say there's quite a few stores that don't take it in America too because they charge higher charges than Visa and MasterCard.
Yeah. So yeah, Superman goes to Pisa because he's American. And he also goes to the Eiffel Tower in the second one, doesn't he? The third one's Pisa, I think, isn't it? Yeah, and then in the Superman 2, it's the Donner cut doesn't have the Paris bit. Yes, the sled loop on the Autobahn goes super fast. Oh yes, Chevy Chase is the nicest man to work with after Steven Seagal.
They're at the top of the list.
Because it's like, what was it? Keanu Reeves buying everyone all these expensive watches, £10,000 to £1,000 watches for the stunt team and stuff on John Wick. I wonder how much Steven Seagal spent on gifts for his film.
That's where other actors are like, stop doing that crap. They're going to expect that from me. Don't be nice to them.
the wet
hot wife. Yes, that's coming up here. Yep.
Any second.
I thought you said you erased that.
The woman in the shower, I think, yeah. Don't we see a poster?
Yeah, it's coming up here.
But I think there was one in the background we missed earlier. I can't remember where it was.
Right here.
Well, I meant another one in the front.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't.
And then they got
the
this
other
one in it. But I'm just maybe misremembering. It was just this one. But yeah, and then
the wet hot.
She just looks over and sees herself in the shower.
I seceded from the Union of Griswold, and I declare war on you.
Back to they made a whole film out of this one sex scene they had.
Yeah. Hey, it was before internet. They had to take what they could get.
Yes, exactly. Bad quality recording on a home VHS.
Start recording that VHS. Let's go.
So yes, Chevy's wearing the Chicago Bears baseball cap, which he wears in all four films.
He does that a lot. In the Christmas, he's got the Blackhawks hockey jersey on a lot, and he sports the Chicago teams.
I'm seceding the union, forming my own government, declaring war.
That's what. Yeah.
Forget your vote was one of the PG-13 cuts, kind of messing up the bit where she later says she said the F word. Oh yes, she regrets saying the F word in front of her children.
Yeah, because the version I have, she doesn't actually say it, but then later in the movie, she said, "And I said the F word in front of my children."
I guess it's just you and me, Audrey.
Yeah.
Now, this girl that Rusty meets the actress is Moon Zappa, Frank Zappa's daughter at the time.
Oh, is it really?
But I don't know what else she's done. Where is she?
Besides being his daughter.
Yeah. Sorry, Moon Unit Zappa, as she's called.
Moon Unit Zappa.
She's known for this. Doesn't even have a name. But she's done some other stuff. Nothing. Grey's Anatomy. Jack Frost. With Michael Keaton.
Oh, I was going to say, which Jack Frost? There's the Michael Keaton, and then there's the horror.
I only made it halfway through the Keaton one once.
Oh, my son actually used to like that when he was really little.
Yeah, I was way too old, but I watched it a couple of years ago. That's just horrible.
Yeah. It's for a little kid.
Chevy Chase, he's no Bill Murray. Oh, yes, he's another lovely fellow sometimes. Oh, Valley Girl, gee, there you go. Yeah, she's from California. Oh, there you go. A year ago, she was just on a comedy pod you listened to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's done a lot of TV work, I guess. I used to think you think Moon Unit Zappa while playing Space Invaders on the Atari. It's exactly what describes it.
That's funny.
All right, now the story's going to kick in. I guess comes out of nowhere.
I hate seeing a sad woman drinking bad wine. Well, you better leave because it's happening.
I saw a reel on Instagram earlier. It was like a American woman shopping in a small shop in Spain. It was. And she was looking at Coca-Cola, and it was like €2.49 or something. And then she goes over to the wine section. It's like $2.09 for a bottle of wine. So she just goes, "I'll drink the wine."
It was on sale. Trying to save money for the family.
Yeah, how much is the wine?
It's cheaper for alcohol.
Yeah, it's for Coke. I know they have to import the Coke, but still. Have to travel there. Yeah, the horror Jack Frost is better, I guess. Is it?
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Can't remember if I have. I think I've seen the first one. But then got the girl in the shower, of course. Yes, comedies always get less funny as soon as the plot starts to get in the way towards the end. Yeah, they always wrap up the film with a plot, don't they? Because it's all like sketches for the first hour and a bit, and then better wrap this up with something happening.
I was gonna say, for a stretch here, it's just Chevy Chase being a goof and
yes,
either wrecking things or being silly.
Yeah.
Hey, and a selfie. It's like an early selfie.
Ever selfie on film, apparently.
Trendsetter right there.
Yeah, invented the selfie.
I wonder, what was the first movie that had a selfie? Is this the first one? I don't know.
I don't know, because surely someone would have taken a picture of a group of themselves.
But I'm just thinking, like in a movie, like to see somebody do that. I kind of wonder what the first one was. Wow. Yeah, she's reenacting the scene.
I'm completely naked.
Maybe the chat will have some Google experience here, and they'll figure out what movie had the first filmed selfie. A selfie in 1985. Yeah, right.
Dana was easily the funniest Audrey. Well, which Dana? There's two Danas.
Oh, tricky.
Yeah, I can say this one's. What did I say this one was called?
That's an interesting bit there.
In Germany, there's all the cheapest drink on the menu can't be alcoholic because otherwise the beer would be cheaper than the water.
That's
well
interesting.
Yes.
Honestly, the one thing that threw us off really bad was, hey, what's going on, Night Owl?
It's the Night Owl. Look who's back. Back again.
Back in town. Yep. We got yep.
The gang's all here.
Yep. Dawn. Sorry. It took me a second. Sorry, Dawn. My brain is not working. It's a Friday.
Well, I set you up for that because I forgot.
And I'm just like,
I got distracted.
I'm like, damn it.
Was it Dana Barron is Audrey in the first one, and then comes back for Christmas Vacation 2.
Okay, the one thing that threw us off on a menu, I don't know, I know, sidetrack. We were talking about, with the, Germany has a law about, we were in Belgium, and on the menu, there was one dish that had horse.
Ah, yes.
On there. And I grew up on a farm with lots of horses, and I have family that loves their horses. And I almost ordered it out of curiosity, but I knew if my family figured out that I did that, they would disown me. So we passed.
Yeah, safer bet.
I passed on that one.
Well, it's like we had a...
That you would not see that in the US, though. That would not be a... No.
Well, we had it accidentally, we didn't know about it. The Findus ready meals that they were using in Paris earlier, we had like the lasagnas and something here. People were putting horse meat in them without telling anyone because I guess it was cheaper than cows or something. So the big hurrah over that a few years ago.
So in England, it was like, but they were like doing it secretly. They were like, it was like a filler meat, and they were telling you what it was. And...
Yeah, lasagna containing meat.
Oh gosh. Okay, so that's even a different level when they're not telling you what it is. This clearly on the menu, you knew what you were going to order.
Well, you get donkey sausages, don't you, in France and stuff like that.
My mom would have disowned me at that point if I would have done that.
When the Spanish aren't throwing donkeys from church towers. Yes, 2 days. There you go. This one. Yeah, she's a good one in this. Yes, Hollywood comedy is trying to take him from a some point in the 2000s, as it was.
I thought the Rusty and Audrey, I thought the kids were good in this one.
Yeah, because I'm so used to seeing all the films.
Yeah. That's just, it is jarring, though, when you have them so different between some of the movies.
Luckily, yeah, I know now that they're all different, but when I probably saw the first one and third one and then the Christmas one, I thought, hang on, why are they younger in the Christmas Vacation?
Right,
than they ever were?
That doesn't quite fit.
Mom's been kidnapped.
How many cars does he run into?
Why exactly? I was going to say, because
he just hit that one coming out of the parking lot.
Yeah, it's got that one. He just scrapes past it. This movie will rot brains. Oh dear. No one's fans of this movie apart from us.
Hey, you gotta have a movie that rots your brain once in a while. Like, I'm not saying you can't live on them, but you gotta have them. You gotta have them once in a while.
Yeah,
just
we'll watch
some
the Seventh
silly
Seal next.
Fun. Yeah, There you go. Which I have not seen, so I'll admit that.
I was hoping someone has seen it. I've seen this countless times, but I've never seen the Seventh Seal.
I have not.
I've seen it more in Last Action Hero than I have in real life.
Okay, it's illegal. Okay, I didn't know it was actually illegal, but I was like, when I saw that when I was in Belgium, I was like, you would not see that in the U.S. on a menu. No judgment. I just was like, wow, they just caught me off guard when you're not used to it. But
Thelma and Louise. Oh yeah, they take a selfie, don't they, in Thelma and Louise? But yeah, that was
later.
6 years after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. We'll get Rob to export it to you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, get my
£2
family
a
to
horse.
disown me before the Christmas season.
Yes, Rusty's beret.
If I could have gotten a beret that said Rusty on it or Clark, I would have worn it.
Yes,
for this,
I would have if I'd have thought about it. Just probably get it on eBay.
Yeah, right.
Personalized bloody.
Or around
berets,
here,
couldn't you?
Etsy is the
Yes, there you
website
go,
where everybody
Etsy.
does the crafty things.
Someone's bound to have a sewing machine that can.
You can do that, right?
Yeah.
I need Clark in cursive on this beret.
In gold stitching,
Yes,
please.
exactly.
Lots of Google claiming. Claiming. Lots of Google. They don't know nothing.
Well, they don't know Clark was throwing it
can't
out
trust the
there in the
internet.
80s. Because that was a
There's
pretty...
always a wedding in Rome or Italy when they should have a chase, isn't it?
And somebody's got to disrupt it.
Yeah.
I love how he's not thrown off that there's a man in the trunk of the
Yeah,
car.
he just says, "Excuse me."
He's like, oh, and he shuts the trunk again.
He shuts the boot.
The boot. Sorry. Yeah. So there you go. We were talking about lingo that I picked up when I was, or, vocabulary when I was, yes, boot. Yes.
He's in the boot.
He's in the boot. And I'm probably saying something vulgar. I'm saying in the trunk.
Stick it in our trunk.
Stick it in the trunk. Like,
Step back.
How dare you, sir, on my live stream talk like that? Well, I know there's a certain, I won't say it, but I know there's a certain thing that you can wear around your waist that it was popular in the 80s. It had a little zipper and a pocket in there. In the US, the US version is a little vulgar.
Keep your foul language.
Yes. I know our term here is not taken as kindly in the
Some sort of pack.
UK. Yes, a pack of
That
sorts.
a lady might have about town.
Yes.
For her.
Yeah.
Front bottom.
So when I say the trunk, what would you think of naturally?
A suitcase.
A suitcase.
A big suitcase.
Okay. Yeah, I could see. Okay.
Like John Candy's.
Yes. Yeah. No, I can. That's logical to me. I can see that. But then what? Is it any different for the front where the engine will say the hood? Do you say something different for that?
I think no. Christ, I forgot what the word is.
The bonnet.
Bonnet.
Okay.
Lift the bonnet. Not your
Don't let
taste of on it.
Don't let a Yank tell you what to say. No.
Yeah. I'm so used to American words.
How dare you, sir?
It's like my son, he watches a lot of YouTubers, and of course they're all American, so he
Oh,
starts
dear
using,
Lord.
Yeah, he starts using their phrases.
You're like, please stop.
Get back to school.
This damn internet.
Rotting his brain.
Yeah, rotting your brain. You're getting too much American in you.
Tried at kangaroo once, tasted a bit like goat. Yes, artists can make us our berets for Christmas.
Maybe we'll have to get some.
Yeah.
We'll do an
films.
anniversary special, and we'll have some berets for it.
We'll get prepared next time.
Yes, right.
Yeah, 80s films are great for having loads of extras for minor scenes. Yeah, exactly.
Well, just talking
All
about
these
this,
people.
there were so many huge British actors and comedians that were in spots of this.
I do like this. It's
The
got to be
cars
like
in
a
this one, yeah.
12-hour flight, but yeah, it just
They take everything away before you can eat it.
Yeah, and then his coffee comes, they take that away before he puts the cars.
Some of those long flights are nuts, though. It's.
Have
Have you had any that were unbearable for you?
Flights?
Yeah. Have you done any long travel where you're?
Well, I've done Australia.
Oh gosh, that would be that'd be a long. That's a long
I think
haul.
we came back from Australia, and then we stopped. I can't remember, we were halfway, of course, and then I think it was like a 10-hour flight to somewhere. Then stop, then a 12-hour flight back to the UK, and it was like I was going stir crazy halfway through the second half.
Oh gosh, yeah. We there was one time we went to Hong Kong, and we had straight through about 16 hours.
Ooh.
I was about the flight home. I was about ready to lose it.
Yeah.
I was getting up and walking around, and they're like, "Sir, can you please sit down?" I'm like, "No, I cannot. I got to walk around for a little bit." It's been like 2 days we've been on here. I got to walk around for a little bit.
It's a confined space. You can't move around that much.
No, and of course we're not in the big super expensive seats where you can lay completely out, so you know your legs are somewhat confined.
Yes.
And they defame the Statue of Liberty.
That's French, isn't it?
Yes, that was a gift. Yep.
You're supposed to return it at some point.
That's a big thing about Americans. We don't return gifts. We just you're like you gotta give that back. And like, we're not done with it.
The Griswolds are back. But yes, the first definitely. I don't think Vegas Vacation has a kidnapping at the end. I don't know.
I'm trying to
But
remember. I just always laugh when Rusty does the high roller thing in Vegas. I can't remember what's the name that they give him.
Mr. Something, isn't it?
I'm blanking on
some
it now.
Italian name.
Yeah, but I would always laugh about that. And when they find him, yeah, the Virginia pack. We'll just say Virginia.
That's fine. I was trying to read what it was.
Yeah, Virginia.
Oh, see, in Germany, mushy means something way different. Oh, that's interesting. Now. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Mushy.
There you go. Okay.
Feline friend, I guess, that is.
So you would have to talk about the peas in the full English
the mushy
breakfast
peas,
in a different way.
From Penn Island.
Have you? So we're talking about traveling. Have you ever been to the U.S.?
Not yet.
Okay. And you have no desire. No.
I want to go to the theme parks. That's about it.
Okay, fair enough. But that's going to be my question. If you were to come to the U.S., what would be some things at the top of your list? And it can be theme parks. I
guess. Well, Hollywood. I've always wanted to in the 90s, but yeah, not so much now. I guess.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown.
I always wanted to go to Vegas. I know it's a. I guess
you're going to do your Vegas vacation?
I'm going to do a Vegas vacation.
Yep.
Disneyland or Universal Studios, maybe.
I'll say Disney World and Disneyland
which is the one way around.
Completely different. Disney World is in Florida, right. And Disneyland is the California.
Right. Which one's a better one?
Disney World, they're both fun. Disney World has multiple parks and it's a lot bigger. Disneyland is still fun, but it's one more contained park, I'll say, probably.
Wasn't that what stood in for Wally World? Or was it Six Flags in the first vacation film?
Wally World?
Yes, I could. When I a boot it makes it sound Canadians.
Boot. You got to say the O's right.
A boot.
About a boot.
Yeah. Flying to Australia is torture. Exactly.
I'd love to go there someday, but yeah, I know it'd be a heck of a flight.
Because which way around would you go?
The flights for us actually, because I looked at it, because there's a lot of years where we had good flights and we did some overseas traveling, and so I was tracking a lot of different places and just see where we could get some good prices. So ours, from the middle of where we're at, we would go to Los Angeles most of the time, and then from Los Angeles to. And it's still a long flight from Los Angeles, but that's the route that we would go.
Yeah, because my aunt used to live in New Zealand, and
I'd love to go to New Zealand.
They turned around whichever way was easiest for.
The one thing that threw my kids off was when we flew to Hong Kong. We actually went through the really cheap tickets we had. We actually did a layover in Toronto, Canada, and they went straight north. And so we went really close to. They announced it on the flight that we were really close to the North Pole. It's like it went up and over, and they're like, "What the heck?
Yeah, I guess
what are we doing?"
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, with the airstream. But then coming back, we did down lower and come across. But
right,
it's funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I never think so. Well, if you're going that way, just go straight. Yeah. That's it, Mr. Papajorio. Thank you.
Oh yeah. For Vegas Vacation.
Yeah, that was a quick film, wasn't it?
It
Happily
is
Usual.
really short. It's only about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah, it's very short.
So nowadays, it's funny how an hour and a half film seems super short. Where you're
Yes,
like,
it
wow,
does. It's
over.
ridiculous. Oh yeah,
It's
what
over
the-
already. I thought we were in for 2.5 to 3 hours here. Come
Yeah,
on.
I booked 2 hours for this. But yes, okay. Universal Studios better than Disney World. There you go.
I have not been to it recently. It's been forever, but I've heard they have some cool things there.
Yeah, queues is ridiculous. I would pay for extra speedy tickets if I was going to go.
Well, and they're getting even more and more expensive.
They
I have
are
some
getting.
good friends that do YouTube channels where they visit the parks a lot, and that's their content is, giving hit tips and tricks to do a whole thing. And the annual passes that they have, because they live close to it,
Yeah.
everything is like skyrocketed this year. So I know some of them have been cutting back on which parks they're gonna have the passes for.
Yeah. Because we have theme parks here, but they're nothing like the American ones. We have Alton Towers, but queue in the peak period, like the school summer holidays, you queue for like 2 to 3 hours for like a 20-second ride.
Yeah, but I think even some of ours can get crazy like that too if you hit it at the wrong time. But that's where there's some of their channels are the ones that like how to avoid that, kind of a thing.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Disney World has 4 main parks: Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios, unless anything's changed.
So some things have changed and they've added on to things, but yeah, that was. It's been quite a while since I'd been there.
They've added hurricanes.
Yeah, so then we went to London. Some of our amusement parks were just going to like the landmarks and things for our kids, when we were going to it. So
the world's biggest ball of string, and
yeah, we didn't do that, but they thought it was funny. We went up to a big observation deck of everybody was calling it the walkie-talkie building.
Right.
I can't remember the actual name of the building, but it's not the Shard. There's this, but then across there's a building. Apparently it has the shape of a walkie-talkie, and everybody was calling it the walkie-talkie building. And I can't remember the actual name of it, but they had a big atrium type of garden thing at the top where you could go up, and at night you could look out over London, over the city. I remember doing that, and they thought it was quite fun.
They are nice when you get a good view.
Yeah.
It's like the London Eye.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah. They're moving that too, aren't they?
Are they? Oh, Christ, that's going to be a feat.
Well, I was going to say I heard they were removing it, and I was like, how's that going to happen? And glad I don't have to worry about coordinating that.
Yeah, how would you even start?
Taking that thing apart.
There you go. Words and pictures. Good to meet you, Corey. Another great show.
Oh, thank you very much.
Fun being. Well, yeah, so always welcome when I get praise.
Hey, right. I'll take any bit I can get.
Yes. Yes, let's wrap this up because it's 11:15 in the UK.
You're like, I'm about ready.
Lunchtime.
I'm done talking to this yank.
Yeah, bloody yank.
Move it on.
Right. Well, the one thing we didn't discuss is the remake.
Oh, I've not seen it.
Remake? Oh, okay. There you go.
I've not seen it. So sorry. I failed you yet again. No, I have not seen it. What are your thoughts on it? Because I
don't mind. I watched it last month. It's all right. It's just
okay.
The guys, even though Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo are in it, and it's supposed to be Rusty's grown up and he's taking his family cross country. But it is one of those. I guess it was 2009 or 2008. It came out, so it was in that time just before comedy died, when they could do anything.
I'll have to go back. So is it worth checking out if I can?
It's
find
worth checking out.
Okay, I have not seen it. No, I have not seen that. But most of the others, like the original and then European and Christmas, and I've seen all those, but no, I've not seen that remake.
Yeah, you might.
I'm a farce.
Yes, so-called movie channel.
So-called
movies and
movie
music.
Fan. Go away, sir. Go away.
I like London, but way too many cars. Needed more car-free zones. Ooh.
Lots of cars.
Yes, you'd be in trouble for saying that in London, though.
Well, that's why I decided to make our trip around a way we did not have to drive when we were there.
Yeah, and it's got the best public transport, but yeah, everyone still drives around, doesn't it?
it made it so easy for us. Especially, I knew the driving thing. I know we were joking around about Clark Griswold on this, but I know just within my mind just the muscle reflex of what I'm used to, like turning the corner and what side to go to and everything. I knew it would be a hard time, but it was so easy to go from Heathrow to where we were staying to doing day trips with the train. And then when we needed to, there were some nice cabbies to help us out. Yeah.
Because I went 25 years ago, I was working in central London and we finished at 5 and we had to drive back to Bristol. And that was probably about 2 hours to get there in the morning. And we left at 5 p.m., which is rush hour. And it took us 5 hours just to get to Heathrow. It was just like every 100 yards was a red light and then cars backed up for miles. It was horrible.
Well, it's like some of our cities anymore. It's like all but like 2 or 3 hours of the day are rush hour anymore. Yeah. It's like it's just always busy. But
yeah, there you go.
I'm not trying to like pinpoint where you're at, but are you are a long ways away from London area, or you don't have to tell me like exactly. I'm not
Weston-super-Mare, so I'm on the west coast of England.
Okay.
Southwest.
Okay.
So I can go up and the motorway all the way along to London. So there's only two roads to get to London, but yeah, it would take a couple of hours.
No, it'd be great to go visit that area too. But we were talking about earlier too. I've heard so much stuff and seen pictures of the Lake Country, like more north.
So that's up north, and then
that looks beautiful.
You'd like Cornwall down south as well, so that's lovely. Yeah, pasty.
Have you visited? Have you been up north? Or as I hit my microphone, sorry.
Oh, amateurs!
Smack. Somebody with earbuds just they're deaf in one ear now because of me. Sorry, I apologize. I talk with my hands way too much. I'll cross my arms.
I've been around a lot of the country, but not all of it.
I'd love to go there. I'd love to get up to Scotland as well.
Scotland's nice.
Have you been?
Cities. I've been to Edinburgh and Aberdeen, Inverness, where Loch Ness is, of course. So that's a lovely country.
Someday,
and I don't like it up north.
I apologize to everybody that lost hearing out of one ear because of me for smacking my microphone. I always joke that if somebody tied my hands together, I wouldn't be able to talk. Yeah, I throw my arms around a lot when I talk.
He's Italian.
Yeah, well, yeah, or American, apparently.
The UK's shoe capital, Weston-super-Mare, exactly, where all the action's happening. Oh yes, he went. Rob was in the country. He went to London and then down to Folkestone, Dover. So yeah, parts of the coast are good. Right, wrap this up. Someone's got to get to bed.
Somebody's got to stop talking to this guy over here.
Bloody Yankee's probably going to be
Yank won't shut up
again another day anyway. So
I don't.
Where are you going next?
You know what? I don't have a whole lot planned out right now.
I guess it's Christmas.
We got the Christmas season coming up. We have family coming in town. We're doing traveling for that. Yeah. So I might do some random, just pop on to say hi and see if people want to hang out. But I have a few folks that get some things we're working out for the beginning of January. So hopefully that will get, tightened up here soon where I can start posting some things. But yeah, it might just kind of hit or miss for the rest of the year, just with the plans. I don't know. How about yourself? What do you got? I see you always have so many watch parties going. Like I'm impressed. I'm like, oh wow, I got 2 things scheduled, and I look at yours and you got like 12.
I try not to.
But you have it looked like you had quite a few watch parties coming up through.
Yes, I got Mamma Mia on Sunday night.
No, nice. I've not seen. Maybe I will have to check it out.
Then I got my Christmas message on this Monday, so I guess you'll be in the nice list that you turned up.
That I didn't. Well, I don't know. The stream isn't done yet. I still could do a faux pas.
And then what are we doing? Christmas Eve, I got the 2 Christmas vacation films in one go.
Oh, nice.
James Bond on the Christmas Day because it's a British tradition.
There you go.
And a few other crappy things afterwards.
I got a good friend that keeps on trying to talk me into doing a complete ranking live stream of all the Bond films, and And I said, you got to give me like a year to rewatch.
Yeah,
all
that's a
of
tricky
them.
one.
There's a lot of them, like 27 or I don't know. There's a few of them.
It's mid-20s, definitely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
They're good, and I loved watching through them, but there's a few.
Yeah,
of them.
they are over
It's a
2 hours
feat.
apiece.
It's a feat.
So yes, thank you, Michael Myers.
Yeah, thanks
Have
for
a good
jumping
night. And yes, I'm a very sad man.
in. I can be as well. So,
But yes, so we'll say goodnight to Corey and we'll wish him a Merry Christmas.
thank
We
you.
won't see
Merry
you before him,
Christmas to
probably,
you,
as
sir.
it's
I'll
only
raise
next
one up
week.
to you as well. So.
Oh, you got some left by him.
Mm-hmm. I was going slower. Sorry.
Get your iced tea. Right.
This one's not iced tea, but we'll...
So yes, good night, everyone. Mike, Michael, Rob.
Thank you, everybody, for
Words
jumping
and
in.
Pictures, and everyone movie club movies. So
And putting up with this yank.
yeah, before I accidentally leave studio instead of end stream, we'll say good night. So, yeah. Good night, everyone.
We'll see you.